Welcome to the Retirement's Next Steps podcast. I'm your host, Jill Templeton-Haislip, Global Real Estate Advisor and Senior Real Estate Specialist with Russ Lyon Sotheby's International Realty DeGeorge Partners. This podcast is a valuable resource for retirees looking to connect with industry experts who can enhance your retirement experience. With so many companies, products, and services available, it can be overwhelming to know where to start. Let us help you navigate through it all and find the resources you truly need to make the most of your retirement years. As always, you can join us in person with each of our industry experts for the full presentation every month on the last Thursday at 4 p.m. Our office is located at 16872 East Avenue of the Fountains, Suite 103 in Fountain Hills, Arizona. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get started. Hi, Dan. Welcome to Retirement's Next Steps Workshop.
Hey, Jill. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for being here today. Go ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers.
So my name's Dan Rogers, and today we're going to talk about a company that I've been involved with for about a dozen years now, Electronic Caregiver, which is a new entry into the market. And the idea behind Electronic Caregiver, ECG, Addison is the app that we use, is to try to give seniors more options to remain in their homes for longer. Because, you know, I'm at the tail end of the baby boomers. There's a whole bunch of us that are getting a little bit older. And we all want to stay independent as long as possible. So this is another tool in the toolbox to try to help do that.
I'm super excited for you to be here today because for me, previously before real estate, I worked in senior living. So any type of options that we can provide to folks to either assist them with living in a community, which I understand this is something that could go with them, or stay in their home as long as possible. There's so many options out there. Let's provide it all to them. AI is groundbreaking in a sense to so many people right now. You say you've been working on this for about a dozen years, right? So how do you feel like now is the time that this is coming out to everybody?
Well, it's interesting too, because in my other work that I do work a lot with AI tools.
Okay.
And so it is interesting to see this, which the application I've got here for today's presentation is more, it's our legacy product. I mean, it's really, it's excellent, it's great, but it doesn't have all of the big AI hooks in it yet that'll be coming. Like July is the next big release, and it's going to be huge. Okay. And you'll notice it later, whether it's on the podcast or later. You know, we'll be interacting with Addison, who's the avatar. It's like Siri for healthcare is really what it is.
Okay.
But when we interact with her, she's a little slow on the pickup, right? But man, with the new AI stuff that's coming, it'll be like you and I talking.
Really?
So it's really cool. Which is, you know, that's another thing. It does all the things that you would think that a remote patient care system would do. You know, it reminds you of your medications. When you have to take your medications, you confirm that you took them so you don't miss those. It interacts with you, asks you how are you doing. You know, because a lot of seniors, especially if they're living alone, you know, they get lonely. And it's good to have that mental stimulation in order to kind of stay acute mentally. It's got some other things. It's got basically a built-in PT and exercise coach. So, and again, I mean, it's developed for seniors, right? So it's not like going to go tell you to do, you know, put 4 plates on at the gym and do 100 reps, right? It's going to get you to do, you know, quad sets and leg raises and things like that just help you maintain your mobility.
And it's individualized to each person. Yeah.
So a lot of this too, and then, again, because, and I guess my role in the company, I hadn't talked to you about that, but I'm a longtime investor. I invested at first about a dozen years ago when this was nowhere close to what it is now.
So this is very exciting for you to see to this point.
Really cool. Well, the other part about that, I really like it from a personal perspective because, you know, Crystal, you work with my wife. She was just visiting her parents who are 85 now, and they're in assisted living. And Crystal came back going, wow, they could really use something like this because my mom probably needs more than my dad does, but my dad ends up having to provide all that. And if they had something like this, then that would unload him a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
So it's really cool. And
caregiver burnout is a real thing that a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah. The funny thing about this application too, you know, what it does is it tries to keep people independent as long as possible. So you would think that a lot of the home health care agencies would not like a product like this. But probably my best friend on the board right now is a guy named Frank Hayes out of Texas. And he's on the board because he just sold 60 sites, 60 offices all through Texas that were home health care agencies.
Wow.
And he is the biggest advocate for this because his biggest problem as a home health care provider is he can't find the people to do the work.
Yeah.
So what the model that he's got and what he's selling to people that, you know, have bought his old business is that, look, you can use this for the kind of the low level interactions and, you know, just make sure they're taking their meds, you know, make sure they're getting their nutrition, you know, make sure they're checking in every day and they're healthy. If they have an emergency, you know, like a lot of things, you can have a pendant or a watch or a button on the screen. He says, but if you take all those tasks off of the home health care agency's plate, then they can work with more acute patients. And so, you know, the home health care agency can deploy these and make a little bit of money off of them and then save their human home health care people for the more needy people. You know? So it's a really nice blend of technology and just human interaction.
I love that. I love that it can supplement and support having that person. So by no means are we trying to take away having a person, but this is there 24/7, doesn't get caregiver burnout, doesn't fall asleep, those types of things. So you had touched on it can, you know, help you with your medications, help you with doing exercising and things like that. If there's an emergency, it would call 911. I was reading on the website, if you needed to, say you weren't feeling well, rather than going and getting in the car, having somebody come and pick you up and take you to the doctor or the urgent care, this can provide that as well. A doctor,
So we've got, and you saw this when we were setting this up prior to the podcast. This is a new place. This is Jill's office, so I just set up the internet, and I just did it the other day, but I couldn't remember how to do it on this box. And so you punch a button on here, it's got a number, you call the number. We got Justin, who I've talked to before. And
very helpful.
Very helpful. And all the call centers are located in the U.S. Our main call center, actually everything's there now, is in Las Cruces in Mexico. So, you know, Justin's English is good. You don't have to struggle with that. And they're very knowledgeable, and they can refer. There's not only the home, you know, just the technical support people there, but they've usually got a PA or nurse practitioner or two at the site at all times.
Wow.
And then they can also refer or send immediately out to a doctor. Of course, like everything else, you know, if it's an emergency, you dial 911. And they'll always deal with you that way. But it's really, like you say, it's really nice, you know, it's, you know, I had a situation the other day where I was by myself and I had a problem, and I went out to the ER, and this doesn't have anything to do with Addison, but went to the ER and the problem resolved literally as I got to the ER. And I went into the nurse and she said, "Yeah, the way you resolved that, you're okay, so there's no reason for you to be in here." But but if it hadn't resolved, she could have immediately admitted me, and that's kind of the way Addison works too. Is that, you know, they can triage in the call center, whether it's your healthcare consultant or you know, or a PA nurse practitioner or a doc, and they can triage and go, okay, well, you know, just do this and just kind of keep an eye on it. Or they can go, no, you not only say you need to call 911, these things are GPS enabled, so they know exactly where you're at, so they can dispatch 911 to you. If they detect, and I didn't bring it with me, but they've got plugins that'll detect motion in your apartment or your house.
Those are fantastic.
So if they see that you're not moving, or say your son or daughter sees that you're not, or hasn't heard from you for a while, they can actually go and look to see if there's any motion in the house at all. And if there's not, they can have a wellness check come by for it too. So
that's fantastic.
It's not. You know, it's kind of funny because Crystal's mom was talking about this, and she goes, "Well, I don't want somebody watching me all the time." It's like,
and I'm glad you bring this up because I think other people will have the same question.
And they're not watching you; they're just kind of keeping an eye on all the parameters.
They can't see into your home; they're just monitoring the devices that are there.
Right.
Okay.
And on top of that, you can interact with this thing. For instance,
yes, let's see some of this.
Hey, Addison. Vital signs. Take vital. Blood pressure. Now, it won't find it because I don't have the
Yeah.
blood pressure cuff with me. I will later. Take now. No. Hey, Addison, take now. So then it's waiting for the blood pressure cuff to connect to this.
Okay.
So, and it's got the motion detectors that are always on. But what I was gonna show you too is so it does listen to you, right? So if that kind of freaks you out a little bit, you can always just hit the privacy button and then, hey, Addison.
And
Nothing happens, so
Yeah.
Addison's not listening to you then. So yeah, they're not watching you. You know, it's not like creepy watching you. It's kind of that balance between let's make sure everything's okay and let's be really creepy, and it's definitely let's make sure everything's okay.
Yes. Okay. So when you decide to set up these services, you have a tablet here. Do they provide that tablet, or can you use it on any iPad, or what does that look like?
No, it comes completely loaded on the tablet. So
Okay.
again, especially because we're targeting the senior community, but actually we're also insurance approved for developmentally delayed people. So if you've got
I'm sorry. It looks like I'm unable to detect your blood pressure monitor. Please wait for it to turn off, then we'll try again.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she saw that she didn't find what I was telling her.
That's
to do.
good that she followed through with it, because I completely forgot we had done that.
Yeah. So, what were we talking about?
So it's available for seniors
Okay.
and also those.
So it comes preloaded, so really what you saw me do earlier, when I turned it on and I just skipped the whole introduction thing, because I'm impatient, and it just fires up. So yeah, all that's there, and then like I had the problem today, not having been at this site before, and I'd forgotten how to change the Wi-Fi connection. So I hit the phone call button, and it gives me customer support's number, and I call up customer support, and I get talking to somebody who speaks very good English, and he helped me set the thing up.
Yeah.
So it's really nice that way. And then you see you've also got your ability to get to the MD. You've got an emergency call there, and then you can set up personal contact.
So you could have your kids. And
Right.
things
So
like
I could
Okay.
say, and mine set up to say, hey, Addison. So just so I don't get her all wound up again, I'll just use one of the. No, I already got her wound up.
Just kidding.
Yeah. But
Now, is it voice specific? Is it only set up to your voice?
go ahead and try it.
Hey, Addison. Okay.
Yeah. So Addison will recognize you.
Yeah.
So if if you're the caregiver or you're the kid, right, and
Yeah.
you come home and something's wrong with mom, or you want to see if she got her meds.
Yeah.
And the meds are a little harder because they actually do a qualification on the medication.
I'm
So
going to perform a quick face check.
yeah, so it checks to see if she.
Select your phone to continue. Looking
So
good.
So there's some
confirming
there's some
that it is
HIPAA
him.
stuff in there, yeah. So then if I say I want to take my next medication, and it's
If you want to take these medications early, please use the tokens to indicate which ones you plan on taking. Then select.
And it is scanning his face to make sure that it's him
Would you
who's
like to
taking
take them
this.
right now, or choose time? Great. Now select. Confirm to finish taking your medications early. Thank you. Done. You're all set.
I probably got my medications like 3 days ahead now. Yeah, but, so it does all the medication reminders and, yeah, lots of
And
that.
so this will set up to maybe alert you every day at 8 a.m.
Yes.
Or whatever you set.
Yep, so
Okay.
I've got 2 meds that I take every morning, I've got 4 meds that I take at night. And so it'll remind you at the time you set it up.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then you can take them early, you can take them a little
Like
late.
you just did.
Yeah, like I just did.
Sorry if that messed something up
No,
for you.
it's all good. But yeah, it's kind of a cool little tool.
Now, you had touched on very briefly, and then we got distracted by talking to her, insurance. Does Medicare cover this? So what does that look like for some of these folks?
So for seniors, Medicare covers it in all 50 states. We're
Okay.
we're Medicare approved. For seniors, you can get a prescription from the doctor, nurse practitioner, PA. Medicaid, I think we're in probably, it's 12 states about 3 months ago, so I'm guessing 15, 16, 17, 18 states, something like that. So yeah, it's insurance approved, and you can actually get one as an individual, but it's about $250 a month for an individual to do it.
Okay.
It's like $99 for if you get it through Medicare, and Medicare pays everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Something happens to the tablet, you just call up the call center, and they'll ship one out, and you ship this one back, and it's all we're done. You don't have to buy any hardware, you don't have to buy, it's they try to make it pretty seamless.
And it's
but-
portable to go with you wherever
Right.
you need it to, vacation, anything like that.
Yeah, so I brought this from Alaska, and Jill knows the story, but my wife now lives, after 36 years, she lives in Arizona. I still live most of the time in Alaska. But I brought this down, and I brought 3 of the devices I've got. I didn't bring the motion detectors, and I didn't bring the scale, so they've got Wi-Fi connected scales.
Okay, so there's a scale, motion detectors, blood pressure cuff, what else?
Pulse ox and thermometer, touchless thermometer. And then there's some other things too. There's the pendants and the watches, which they didn't give to me, so.
Okay, but those are all options that
Right.
people can get
And then
based on doctor's orders, or it's just a package?
It's based on doctor's orders, yeah.
Interesting.
And then, they set it up with all the devices in there, and then you just have to, push the button, so. Yeah, so you'll see later when.
If you guys were here, you could see
Yeah.
all of this in person, but instead.
And if I would remember to bring this stuff instead of having to send my wife home to get it for
No,
us.
that's okay. So if people want to learn more about this, where would they go to just jump online? That's where I found information from, what you had provided me, the website. Would you mind sharing that with everybody?
Yeah, it's electroniccaregiver.com, spelled just like it sounds. So,
Okay.
yeah, there's a bunch of information online on it, and you can call up and you'll get a really nice person to talk to, and they'll walk you through the thing. So,
Yeah, and it has some videos and things like that, so you
Right.
can kind of see how it interacts. If you want to turn that around again real quick, just so folks can kind of see it. Now, is the avatar set? Can you know, like people give it different
Yes.
hairstyles and stuff like that?
yeah, you can. Yeah, I'm really uninteresting that way, but yeah, different shirts. If you take your medications, consistently for a week in a row, it'll award you with a hat or a set of shoes or a different shirt. It's got games in it. I mean, because
Really?
like we
Okay.
talked about earlier, that's one of the things, and it sounds like it's just a fun thing, right? But especially for seniors and elders, especially if they're alone a lot of times, that cognitive interaction with something or somebody is really important.
100%,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not just nice, it's actually medically driven, so.
Well, after COVID, they found that so many seniors suffered severe consequences from the isolation that they
Right.
had. And something simple like this is not going to fix it all. Obviously, human interaction is different, but it provides something for folks. And so I think that's wonderful.
Crystal, my wife, laughs at me because I've got a couple programming projects that I'm working on at the house, and like I use Claude and ChatGPT, and I use them. One is a governance tool and one is a coding tool, and I'll get upset at them one day.
Don't we all?
And I'll like, and she goes, "You realize you're talking to that like one of the kids left your lawnmower out overnight in the rain or something, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, I am."
There's no reason to get mad at Addison, though. She is just here to help.
Addison is, she's pretty sweet. So.
Now, people do, I'm sure, have questions. How is their privacy protected on this to make sure that somebody can't hack in and see stuff? I don't know. It's just things that I think
Right.
that people may.
Right, and this is all, this is a medical device, so it's built and audited to be HIPAA compliant.
Okay.
So yeah, everything is protected the same way your doctor's records and everything are protected as well. Matter of fact, this has got some, Athena Health is a big electronic medical records and insurance provider type thing, and so we've got hooks into that, so. And I'm not as familiar with that side of it because this is really a demonstration unit for me, and it's not really I don't use it for my health management.
Sure.
But this hooks right into your EMR and stuff. So if you're having issues, like if your blood pressure's at 200 over
Yeah.
120, your doc will know about it. So it's
Wow.
kind of neat that way too. So
That's fantastic.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. I think this is great information. Go ahead and share that website again for the folks listening.
Okay. electroniccaregiver.com. And if you go on YouTube and search Electronic Caregiver, there's a bunch of videos and stuff on there as well. So it's
Okay.
pretty easy to look it up and figure out what's going on.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing. This is great for anybody who's wanting to stay in their own home, maybe going into a senior living community, but wants additional services, independent living, in support with, home health services. It's really just, it's for anybody who could need it and very reasonable, especially because insurance is covering it. So
Right.
that's fine.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jill.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Retirement's Next Steps podcast. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach me at 303-204-4432 or via email jill@dgeorgepartners.com. If you would like to attend one of our Retirement's Next Steps workshops, you can find the schedule on our website, Templeton-Haislip.com. Make sure to subscribe to Realtor Jill Templeton-Haislip on YouTube and follow the Retirement's Next Steps channel. You can also follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn. Wishing you a happy and fulfilling retirement. We look forward to connecting with you soon.